Colleges and NFL teams across the country have been making headlines for occurrences with sexual assault, which has brought up the question of whether or not students are educated enough on this issue. Safe Home, a Johnson County domestic violence agency, runs a program called The Outrage, which aims to start the discussion on sexual assault and dating violence with middle and high school students in the area.
In 2007, the outrage began, and I think that Safe Home had the intention of the outrage being just a one-time performance. And they just wanted something that addressed the issues of teen dating violence and sexual assault because it's something that honestly people don't talk about enough. And so what we do is to train local high school students to perform a 30-minute or so play about teen dating violence and sexual assault.
We're trying to spread the message of how prominent domestic violence is in our area. We're trying to get people while they're young so that it doesn't become an issue when they get older.
Sexual assault is defined as any unwarranted sexual act, whereas domestic violence is legally defined as abuse between two people over the age of 18 with an existing relationship. By performing and answering questions, the outrage aims to supplement education offered by schools about the severity and frequency of both issues.
In terms of teenagers experiencing abuse in dating relationships, the most recent figures are 1 in 3, and that is across both girls and guys. But what I need people to really understand is that domestic violence doesn't know a certain class or socioeconomic status or race or any of those things. It can happen to anyone.
Sometimes kids don't realize that it is prevalent in our school. It happens here, and it's not a topic that you want to joke about.
A lot of parents and probably some teachers and administrators as well really want to pretend that teenagers aren't dating because they don't really want to think about it. And so what happens is they don't tend to talk a lot about healthy or unhealthy dating either.
While there are a couple different programs for kids to be educated on that, like The Outrage, I feel like there's not enough emphasis in school about it and why it's a serious topic.
Some schools have a component built into their health curriculum, and sometimes that's just general healthy relationship. You know, what are boundaries? What's communication? Part of the problem is that not everyone has a really good idea of consent. You know, a lack of no doesn't always mean yes.
And so what do you think is the solution to decreasing sexual assault in our society?
I think just education.
Through education.
I think that the solution completely lies in our education.
I feel like if more kids knew exactly what sexual assault was and how to prevent it, then I think that people would really realize that this is not a good thing.
This is not what love looks like. Love is not supposed to hurt.
While programs like The Outrage and more schools across the country aim to educate students, we must remember that we, as students, are the ones that have the power to lower the statistics of sexual assault. This is Jay Alexander and Jackie O'Mara for Husky Headlines.